Welcome, guys, to another episode of Sparks and Blues. And today we are delving deep into a very significant topic that is actually plaguing youth today, affecting people in the workplace, affecting people on their journey towards success, building their career, and, generally affecting people on their journey towards doing good things for themselves. And what is that topic? It's simply learned helplessness. So yes, learned helplessness is that phenomenon where you just feel extremely inadequate, grossly incompetent, and you just feel you are unable, to deliver quality work output. You are unable to achieve good things. You just don't have what it takes, to achieve progress. And I've decided to dwell on that topic today because it's a big one, and unknowingly for most young people today, they actually learn this thing themselves, and then that phenomenon is actually called learned helplessness. It's not a good place to be, and this video is not basically to talk about too much, but to just, go straight to the point. How do you identify one that is being affected by learned helplessness? The first thing is you quickly notice, they've been living or they have obvious low self-esteem. Low self-esteem is something that I don't think people are born with. It could come from background, parenting, and all of those kinds of things probably people received. However, you could grow out of it, especially if you are able to come through, tell yourself the truth that you are dealing with that, and then you can seek help and support. So that's the first step. Seeing people who have low self-esteem are the people that, are most likely prone to learning helplessness. Why? They feel totally inadequate. They feel they are not good enough. They feel it's a feeling. They might actually not be incompetent, but they feel they are. They feel, they don't dare to dream. They can't go into big things. They can't think about big things. They just feel, I don't think I'm good enough. I don't think I'm adequate. This thing is too big for me. This thing is not on my level. And then they don't just dare to dream, because they are so afraid. They feel belittled. And then, big things usually just slip away. So that's one of the, steps that you will see in people who have learned helplessness. Another thing you will see with them is they chicken out quick, when you give them challenges, or when they're on probably a project or on an idea, and of course there will be challenges. That is how life is, and then such people fizzle out fast. They are unable to put up with any form of challenges that come their way during projects or during situations, and then they just fizzle out and they are unable to complete most of their projects. That is another critical one that you would notice with people that have learned helplessness. They feel, easily disappointed. They hold on to things of life like betrayals and all of those kinds of things. They usually do not know how to sort of step out of these painful experiences so that their lives can move forward. They rather, sort of stay there and allow these things sort of affect their own progress, which shouldn't be. Another thing that happens to people that have learned helplessness is that they tend to have sort of lazy habits, and they procrastinate a lot. And most of these lazy habits or procrastination that they live with comes from the fact that they are usually scared or afraid, and they just don't dare to dream big. So those are some of the things that happens to people that over a period, they just live with that phenomenon of learned helplessness. Now, on this video, I'm going to be talking to you about how to manage such people if you have them around you, amongst your friends, amongst people that work for you, or family members, or your loved ones on a general note. First thing, do not judge them, because the least that they need is for them to be judged. Judging them sort of worsens their situation. So you try as much as possible to understand that what is going on is that over the years, rather than learning, how to be deliberately successful or to be strong, for lack of a better word, they sort of fizzle out when they come up with when they meet challenges on their journey. And for some people, it's not all roundly their fault, but then the big aspect of this low self-esteem then breaks down and expands and begins to form this thing that we're talking about. So the first thing is, do not judge them. They require your support, they require your loving kindness, and you need to offer these things. If you can offer that, they could or would then sort of open up, and then they'll be willing to receive your support. But the biggest thing is the way out. Actually, if you have going through learned helplessness, the biggest way to come out of it is you making the decision. That's the first step. You need to admit it. You need to avoid going on the defensive when you have spoken to about it, and just accept it, that's your reality, so that you will be able to agree that you need to come out of it. Without you accepting it, confessing it, that it is happening or you are facing it, it's going to be difficult for you to take that decision that you want to step out of that. So taking the decision that you want to step out of it is the first bold step that you actually need to take. And of course, you have to be deliberate. One key skill that you also have to learn, or attribute that you need to imbibe, is that you must become resilient. Resilience is the key, because you are going to be faced with obstacles, you are going to be faced with challenges on your road to success, on your road to achieving big things, on your road or on because you just daring to dream. You are going to begin to see obstacles, you are going to begin to see issues. What do? You need to be resilient. You need to believe in yourself more. You need to be strong. You need to be firm. You need to be bold. You need to take it upon yourself that you're going to cross, to the next level. It's a decision. No matter how much, you listen to people, or, maybe you decide to go prayerful and all of those things. Well, yeah, they could support you, but the biggest thing is you need to take that decision that, you need to cross to the other side of life, of doing things positively and coming out of a learned helplessness situation. You need to do away with being weak. You need to do away from being tired, withdrawing fast, and just getting fed up easily. So when you meet up with challenges, you meet up with obstacles, betrayals, deceit, and all of these painful emotional things that would happen on your road to success, you need to be resilient. You need to be able to face them squarely. You need to be determined that you are going to still get through this situation. So if you are able to take these decisions, make up your mind first, and be resilient when the obstacles come, what would then happen to you is that you would then begin to learn patience, perseverance, resilience, which when added up over a period will allow you achieve your goals. And when you achieve your goals, you'll be on your road to success. Thank you so much, guys, for listening.